Welcome back to another episode of the TKO podcast. Thank you. Doing a short episode this week. I got to get on the road, got to go to Birmingham for a business trip, and then got to go to New Orleans for Skankfest. So a lot of interesting stuff coming up here soon. I have to do like 20 to 25 minutes during this meeting tomorrow. So I have to perform a public speaking without being as funny as I usually am trying to be. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, this past week was fun. I showed up on Monday and did a guest spot on my buddy Reeves' headlining show here in town. And then Thursday, I went to Irish Bread Pub and did a Nightmare Bar show. And that was fun. There was a drunk lady there who wanted to do the open mic. And she was like, I've never open mic'd before. I'm gonna open mic tonight. And she was like really stoked about it, and she was hammered. But she also talked during everyone's set, and that wasn't fun. I was like letting her go, and I was like trying not to be mean because it was like I could tell she was excited about it, and she had some friends there. And then there was one point in the middle of my set where I just like pointed at her, and I was like, "Hey, you're up next. Wait your turn." Like, this is crazy. You're talking so much right now. But that show was a nightmare. Crowd was just wild. They kept on trying to talk back to people. Like, I'd be like, so, have you guys ever heard of this? And then they'd be like, oh, yeah, I did that. My dad one time did this thing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, man, it's a rhetorical setup question. Like, it's supposed to be like a yes or no thing. Or don't even answer it. Don't write me back a response. That's 2 paragraphs. That's crazy. But then Friday was my first headlining show on the road. I went to Macon, Georgia. Never been to Macon before. Shout out to all the comedians that were on the show. They were really nice, really cool. And there were some comedians in the crowd that just came to watch. And shout out to all of them, man. They were all really cool, really welcoming. And I enjoyed it. So shout out to Macon. It's my first time headlining on the road. After the show, I got a hotel room, so I was just staying there. And then after the show, I kind of was just stumbling around Macon. I walked over to the Retro Arcade, which is a venue that does comedy open mics like one day a month, I think. And I was like, oh, I've seen videos of this place. I was like, I'm going to walk in and check it out. I walked in, and there was a drag show happening in the back of the room. And I've never been to a drag show before. And I was like, because if you know me, you know, like, yeah, that's probably not Scott's cup of tea. He's probably not down with that shit. But stumbling upon one, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I was like, what's going on? And at first, I couldn't even tell that there was dudes. Like, they played their part. And they commit to the bit, which I really respect, you know. Because it would be hard for me to commit to a drag show. But I guess if that's who you are, I guess it's easy to commit to the bit. But I respect it. I mean, I respected the dedication and the enthusiasm they brought to their dropping down, doing splits, and twerking. I was like, that's real shit right there. That's tough. That went hard. But in the middle of the show, I like walked back. I was like, I kind of want to get a little buzzed because I've been drinking like vodka. I've been drinking High Noons all night, and I cut myself off on High Noons. I was like, kind of wish I could like do something else. And I was like, oh wait, the bar I performed at said they had THC seltzers. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk back and get me one of those. So I walked back, and I was like, hey, I just pointed at the sign. I was like, y'all got THC seltzers? And she was like, I can give you like 3 shots of it. Basically, I can't give you the whole can. And I was like, that's better than nothing. I'll take it. So I ripped the 3 shots, and I walked back to the drag show. I was like, all right, now I'm ready to experience a drag show. Now that I've ripped some THC seltzer shots, coming down off of a vodka buzz, and I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to peak at this arcade drag show. But yeah, it was entertaining. I was there for probably like for probably like 5 to 7 minutes, and then I went back to the bar I performed at to get those shots, and I went back for like the last 10 minutes, I think. Then I just called it a night, went to the hotel room and crashed, ate some popcorn, munched, had the munchies. So I had a bag of popcorn that I crushed. But I the venue I performed at also was like sponsored by Monster. They had a ton of Monster merch and like Monster decorations, and then next to the bar they had a menu of drinks that were all Monster infused. And I took a picture of it and I was like, this is crazy. Tonight we're letting the Monster talk. The only one I remember was the first one was the Irish Monster, and it was just literally just a shot of Jameson topped off with Monster energy drink. And I was like, what are you trying to end up in jail tonight? That's like domestic violence. That's like, they should just call that the domestic violence cocktail. Jameson and Monster. Are you crazy? That's a wild combo. I don't think you should mix alcohol with energy drinks, period. But this was my getaway trick. Okay, if I was ever with a group of people and I wanted to go home or not party at a bar, the last time I did this, I think, was in Vegas when I was there for like a business trip. And they were trying to stay out late and drink, and I didn't really want to drink or keep drinking. It was the point of the night where I was like, I just want to go back and go to bed. What I'll do in that scenario, instead of just saying like, hey guys, I think I'm going to call it a night, because if you read the room, sometimes you do that and they're like, you bitch, you pussy, you better stay here and drink. Dude, you're so gay. They start shitting on you. So what I do is I go the complete opposite way. I don't bitch out. I say, hey guys, I'm getting us Vegas bombs. So I get us a round of Vegas bombs, which is I don't even know what it is. I think it's vodka and Red Bull, if I'm not mistaken. Some sort of liquor and Red Bull. And then when they all take theirs, I'll pour mine like over my shoulder. And then I'll say another round and I'll get one more. So I blast them with 2 Vegas bombs really quick. Once they already have drinks too. So like they already have drinks, I hit them with like 2 Vegas bombs, which seems appropriate. Maybe I'll get a third. And then after I hit the Vegas bombs, then we're like, oh, let's start moving around, and then I just disappear. Cuz it's like a military tactic. I just like, it's like shock and awe. I just drop bombs on you and then I bounce. I drop like 2 Vegas bombs on you and I'm gone. I'm trying to get you to black out, or like get you so fucked up that you forget where I am. Like I'm gone. So if anyone wants to use that, if you don't want to look like a bitch and you just want to get your, because that's what they're trying to do. They're like, don't be a bitch. You better stay out here and drink. And I was like, all right, if you guys want to do that, I'm going to get you blackout fast, real quick. Because when I do this, everyone's already hammered. So I'm dropping 2 Vegas bombs on them when they're in like a fucked up state. Like I'm pushing them over the edge, which is kind of a mean thing to do. But I know you're going to call me a bitch if I say I want to go home. So I'm going to make sure you fucking have a wild night and forget where I am. Like, good luck handling your business. So I'm going to drop a couple Vegas bombs on your blacked out ass, on your drunk ass, and I'm going to disappear into the night like a thief in the night. Yeah, the good old Vegas bomb getaway. Y'all should use that sometime if you're trying to get out of a bar with a group of people. Or you could just say, hey guys, I'm going home, and just eat whatever they throw at you. That would probably be a nicer response and cheaper. But I like to go out in style. Well, last night was pretty interesting. I went to a gay wedding. It's my first gay wedding I've ever been to, and boy was I hard. No. It's all cool. I duct taped my boner to my thigh. But surprisingly, the weirdest, there was like two weird things that happened. Okay, so like there was like a 40-year-old lady. No, she was like 50. I think it was the grandma of the baby. There was like a brand new baby, like brand new, straight out the pussy. Like I'm saying, like a month old maybe. Like it was a tiny ass baby, and this lady was holding it in the wedding, and then she ripped a fat ass vape, and then like kind of didn't really turn her head away from the baby, like just totally crop dusted this baby with fucking vape juice, fucking vape air. I was like, are you crazy? You just fucking hit a 1 month-old baby with fucking tropical mist. You got that. You got that baby's fucking. That baby is going through vasodilation now because of the nicotine, and it's probably stimulated its thought for a short period of time. But now you got that baby addicted to tropical mist vape. That's crazy. You first off, don't hit a vape when you're holding a baby on your chest. Second off, turn your head and blow the other direction. You just fucking crop dusted a baby with vape. It's like, that's terrible grandparenting. Jesus Christ. Secondhand tropical mist is crazy. For a 1 month-old, the baby's not ready for that. They were also playing, the DJ was playing like a bunch of music, and there was like a group of middle school girls that were singing like, bend that ass over, let that coochie breathe. Like they knew all the words. I was like, did those 12-year-old girls just say, let that coochie breathe? Like, that is crazy. And I was like, good God, I need to have a son first. I can't imagine having a baby daughter singing about let that coochie breathe. Like, you don't even know what you're saying. Like, this is crazy. And this goes back to that whole gay son, thought daughter debate, which me and my comedian friends, we aired this out easy and fast. We were all gay son, 100%. 100%. I was at a gay wedding last night. It was beautiful. I've got nothing against the gays. I know a lot of respectable gays. The only thing I don't like is flamboyancy, okay? So if you're very flamboyant with your sexuality, whether you're gay or straight, it's like what I was saying, I know a lot of flamboyantly straight people that are just all about fucking the other sex. And it's like, dude, life is more important than just crushing ass. Like, Jesus, like they're sharing like horny ass stories on their Instagram. It's like, dude, no one's trying to get horny except for you. Relax. We all know you like girls. Jesus Christ, calm down. Flamboyant, anything is bad. Flamboyant straight or flamboyant gay, bad. Okay? But I know a lot of respectable gays that they're gay, but they keep it to themselves. You know? Like me, I'm straight, but I keep it to myself. I don't need to tell everybody that I love pussy, dude. Like, that's just inferred. Okay? You just have to infer that about me. I'm not going to make it known every single day. It's crazy. But yeah, gay son all day. I take a respectable gay son. You know, what he does in the privacy of his bedroom, that's his business. He's not out here storming in parades, twerking. He's just a good old-fashioned gay. You know, like what's that show, Last of Us, or with Nick Offerman and that one guy. That was respectable gay. I mean, they didn't have to like show them fucking, but you know, there's just two gay guys having fun. So, I'd welcome my gay son with open arms. But a thought daughter, that's hard. That's way harder to find respectable than a gay son. A thought daughter, like just a straight up hoe. Like I can't respect. Like, you have to have some self-respect. You can't just be desecrating your body, like letting people use it like a porta potty. Damn, that was a bar. Desecrating your body, letting people use it as a porta potty. Yeah. You're not just a vessel for people to shoot loads, okay? Have some self-respect. You know? So, Gay Son over Thot Daughter, 100%. Do you know what movies are really underrated is the Daniel Craig 007s. You know, there's something about I love I fucking love those movies, dude. Just a good, you know what's good about 007 is swag is at an all maximum. He's dressed nice. He's got that nice ass bling Omega watch, riding in fucking tricked out whips, and he can whip them too. He can whip any vehicle. Period. He stays doing the coolest shit. He's also like low key nonchalantly funny. Like he'll just be like, like one time he aimed a gun at somebody and then he winked and then he shot the fire extinguisher next to him because it was like someone on his team. I was like, that's a funny bit to do in the middle of a gunfight. And sometimes he'll just say funny shit. Yeah, I don't know. Daniel Craig 007 is a good watch. It's very action packed, very entertaining, and you might get hard because he stays fucking baddies. He stays rizzing up baddies. And in the last one, or in the last two, okay, so he meets this blonde girl who's played by her. I think her name is Leia Seydoux or something. And she's beautiful. And that ends up being the girl that, like, she has a kid. It's a big secret. And she tells James that it's not his. And he's like, but it has the blue eyes. I was like, but her blue eyes. And so it turns out at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, it's James Bond's daughter. I know. It's crazy. So now James has like something to live for. And he loves this girl and loves his daughter. And then he's infected with this I forget what they're called. They're like they're mini androids or something like that. I forget what they're called, but they infect your bloodstream, and then you become poisonous to someone whose DNA is like programmed. So like, as he was trying to blow up this island to stop this biochemical warfare from basically like killing millions of people, he gets infected with it by the guy who made it, and basically, if he was to return to his wife or daughter, like even just a kiss, or like if he was to come in contact with them, they would have like an immediate poisonous reaction and die just because they came in contact with him, because he's infected with a poison that's targeted towards their DNA. So as soon as he realizes this, he goes back to like open up the bunker for like the missiles to hit this island to destroy the chemical warfare. And he's run out of time because he had to go back and fight the guy to reopen the bunker so that the missiles could hit it. And they're like, James, get off the island. He's like, there's not enough time. And he knows that he can never touch or see his daughter or wife again. And dude, it's a really touching way to close out. And he was like, I'm not going to make it. And she was like, please, James, we're safe now. We're safe. We can leave. And he's like, she was like, if only we had more time. And he was like, you guys have all the time in the world. You've created the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And he just says, I love you. And then missiles fucking hit the island, dude. And the music, the way it's scored is just beautiful. Like, the music is just beautiful. And it's a fucking heavy emotional moment to close out the Bond series with Daniel Craig. But then I found out the lady that plays his wife, Leia Seydoux, she's one of the Weinstein victims. I was like, what? Like, I just found that out again after rewatching that movie. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, did she get that role from Weinstein? Like, did she fuck Weinstein for that role? And then I started just picturing the last James Bond as like James going after Weinstein. And I was like, is that James Bond's son, or is that James Bond's daughter, or is it Weinstein's daughter? And then James would fucking clean Weinstein up, dude. Weinstein could not hide from James Bond. James Bond is the GOAT. He's like Keanu Reeves and John Wick. Those are the last two fictional people you want on your ass. Is John Wick and James Bond. Because they'll find you. And they'll get you. They're fucking bad as fuck. But yeah. Alright, guys. Well, it's going to be a short episode. I got to go fucking pack and get on the road. I got a bunch of shit to do. My next episode will be me getting back from Skankfest, so I guess I'll have some stuff to talk about from that. Anyway, love you guys. Have a good week, and stay on the grind, you know. I just went for a 10K run, did a 20-minute cold plunge, 20-minute Epsom salt bath, also did some double end bag work. Now I got to pack, hit the road. Stay on that Sigma grind set. Be like a gay son. Don't be like a Thot Daughter. Flamboyancy is lame. No one cares what you're attracted to or what makes you horny. Focus on your grind. Stop being a whore. Whether you're gay or you're straight, don't be a whore. Have some self-respect. And there's way more important things in life than momentary sexual pleasure. Okay? We're trying to do big things. Big things over here. And we could care less about getting a nut off. All right. Y'all have a good week. Love you. Bye.